Nice Shorts theme song.
Nice shorts. Yeah.
This is another episode of PFCAT special interview, and we have Conor Callahan, and this is the music video project. Would you like to introduce us more about this?
Yeah, so this music video was for the song called There's a Party, Let's Go.
Yeah.
And it's definitely an electronic track, very like minimalist. Like the only lyrics in the song are There's a Party, Let's Go.
Mm-hmm.
And it was made by this Brooklyn DJ, X Germs X, and he reached out to me because he saw some other stop motion work I'd done before and was kind of just let me like pitch whatever I wanted to. And I wanted to do like a Yeti house party because at the time, I guess maybe had like a year or so of like felting underneath my belt, like needle felt.
Do you ever hit yourself while you're felting so bad that like it ruined the puppet?
No, no.
Okay.
No, you don't bleed that much. I mean, it's more of just the fact of having kind of like a painful callus there or something because like the needles are like really small, so it's not like it's going to create like a big gash in your hand or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you can even see.
Right.
Yeah, really tiny needle, and then like you felt like into a pad usually through this process because we had to felt like 20 Yetis for this. This is just what's left. I gave away most of the Yetis to the crew that helped out because we had a pretty sizable crew.
Yeah.
But this is like what it starts with, like all this loose felt.
Oh, this is so cozy looking.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can like stick your head straight into it. But yeah, then you like, felt it on the pad and it just becomes more and more condensed bit by bit. And then, it turns into something like this.
Oh
And
my
the
God.
mad scientist character. And his clothes were made by the costume designer Liza Engman,
Yeah.
and she kind of like oversaw the whole like all the costumes. We had different people do different pieces just because again there were like so many Yetis that like we had like different artists do different things. But she made the Mad Scientist one specifically. And
Yeah.
then it's got like a Sugru hand, which Sugru is like this material that's kind of rubbery um,
Okay.
in a way. And so I wanted to have like a hand that, had lost its hair because in the music video, I don't like really know like where this concept comes from. I just was like, oh, like Yetis have a lot of hair, and so then wouldn't it be cool to like see them all lose their hair at the end of the video? And so
Yeah.
then that's kind of where it all came from. But he like creates this formula sort of thing and like pours it on his hand to test it out like early in the video. So we see that it removes the hair, and then later they all he like pours it into the punch and then they all lose their hair and they become like kind of like green Shrek like creatures, which I don't really have much of those puppets left because they were plasticine and they like fell apart.
Uh,
This is like a head that has been totally destroyed that it kind
oh,
of looked like that.
Did you
right.
know ahead of time which ones would lose hair and which wouldn't? So like you would do it because the ones that aren't going to lose any, I'm guessing you could do a very different armature and build for, right?
Well, they were totally different puppets. So there were more than 20 puppets. There were like 20 like felted puppets, and then I had like maybe 10 or so like plasticine puppets
Uh-huh.
that started off looking something like this, and then they had the green plasticine over it.
Right.
And so what I would do is I would just take the clothes off of the other puppets and put it on. And I had different like replacement animation pieces to remove the fur off their skin in like a close-up sort of situation. So for that, I would use the plasticine doll and just have like the fur like come back in a close-up. So you don't ever see like the wide them totally shape-shifting
Okay.
because that would have been like a
Wow.
third amount of work.
Mhm.
And I shot it like on my multi-plane machine, which you can like kind of see here, but kind of not. So I just like would have the felt on one layer, and then I'd have the doll on another layer, and so I'd literally just like switch
I
it off piece by piece.
I totally didn't realize that was a down shooter.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was like every other shot.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
What's the basic setup like you bought for people can do the down shooting setting? Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I just bought the materials at Home Depot. There's no like basic setup. I mean, you can like look up like glass sheets, and I would build your drop plane shooter with that in mind, like make it for a standard glass sheet, whatever that is.
Okay.
It's basically just like four 1x1s, going straight up with support so it doesn't wiggle too much. And then you drill holes with these little like shelving
Okay.
Oh,
pegs.
the little flat peg things.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So like the glass just sits on like the flat pegs that you would do a shelf. I've also seen people online like just buy like an IKEA shelf and
Mm.
dismantle it and turn that into a drop plane. I think that would work
Oh,
as well.
Hmm.
But also like I wanted to paint it black and stuff to like not give you as many reflections, because the one downside with this is that there's reflections everywhere. Like if it's not
right.
like lit properly, like I tend to have to create like a black sheet that goes around the lens of the camera so
Mhm.
there's nothing reflecting from above, and you don't want to like have your overhead light on or anything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Uh,
Thank you for your demonstration. Like, yeah.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah, be careful of the glass. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to dig in more. I know you mentioned you don't know what's really going on. You think about it. That this music is two line. There's a party. Let's go.
Yeah.
Please remember Yeti and the scale. A house full of rooms, different design.
Yeah.
And then the scientists and try to think what
Yeah.
are all those creativity happen. Yeah.
Give us an answer. No.
Like
No.
it's all aligned just from that two lines of lyric,
Yeah,
right?
I guess I wanted to kind of go all out on the whole like Yeti
Okay.
concept, so that I just had that in my head like separate from the song. And then probably not a shocker, but I'm not like a huge like party person or like big like club person or anything. So I think just like in my head, I'm like, oh, like a house party or something, like that's what they mean by like there's a party. Like what if I did this big house? And I just like tend to get like way too overly ambitious and just like obsessive about things like very quickly. And this artist was kind of like, yeah, sure, man, like do whatever you want. And he gave me a ton of time to do it. And that's again why the scope was so big too. And I
Lots.
tend to just get like really caught up in my own ideas, and I'll like listen to the song
Mhm.
Hmm.
obsessively for like a week and like time everything out second by second. I do like, timed treatments and everything. And I don't know why I did the punch thing. I don't know why I did any of these things. It just seemed like a fun concept at the time, and I often just like dig myself really deep into these like ambitious concepts, and then like I have to figure out how to do it.
A lot of props.
Yeah, yeah, tons of props. And a lot of them don't even like exist anymore. This is like kind of like what's left of like the phones and stuff.
Yes, in the beginning.
I like
Yeah, in
that
the beginning. And
you just snap
um,
one of the phones. It was funny.
yeah. And it's another little phone with a little wire.
All
And
right.
Did you build all the props or did you buy like so the candy's the ones in the convenience
yeah,
store?
yeah, the candy in the convenience store, I'm pretty sure that was almost all either Amazon or thrifted,
Okay.
because the budget was like sizable enough for me to have fun with it, but it wasn't like so big that I could like make everything. And so I did a lot of like buy and return. I didn't even like pay for it. I just like buy and return like miniature like Amazon props, just to fill out crap in the background. Like some of the kitchen is like that too. Like it's like a dollhouse kitchen set that I repurposed.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I just like took out of the box, put it in there, and then pulled it out, put it back in the box, and returned it. But then I would make certain pieces of it, like, you know, these like little like tables or something just out of dowels and paint it. And, you know, all the flats and stuff were all handmade. So, I mean, it was like a combination. And like a lot of this fabric, like I go to this place called Fab Scrap in Brooklyn where I can just get all this like recycled fabric. And so all the curtains and blinds and bed sheets and a lot of the clothes and stuff are all this recycled fabric. So
Mm.
it's sort of a hodgepodge of a bunch of different materials and stuff. And I had help making stuff too, like the phones. I made like maybe the first two, and then Anna Chang, who helped do some of the animation as well, she did the rest of the phones. And similar with the Yetis too, like I probably did like 60% of the Yeti like bodies and all the armature wire and the sponging.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like felt into the sponge.
Mm.
And then like once the structure was there and everything, I would have people like come in and help out like to put the hours down. And I had someone, Sophia Tardif, who was kind of like the lead Yeti detail work person. Like she made a lot of the like really nice detailed heads. Like this mad scientist one, I did all myself with the details, but like I don't know, she just has like a totally different like hand and style and attention to detail that's more than me. Like I kind of just like run in like one direction and do a bunch of work.
You
And
see the big picture, but she helped finalize like
yeah, exactly. Like if I want something to look like really good, like I'll be like, Sophia, you finish this because you're gonna like finish it to like another level of quality that I can't
such
get
a
to
great.
because I'm doing so many things like everywhere else. And also just like she's just developed a like a finer hand for it than I have.
Well, for your description, I'm imagine is there a like a felting party, like people sit in a circle and try to
Yeah,
dagger? That's so lovely.
kind of. Yeah, I mean, mostly it would just be me and Sophia like over the summer.
Okay.
Maybe like 1 or 2 summers ago, like we kind of just would meet up multiple days a week and just like sit and talk and listen to like Japanese jazz fusion and felt. Um,
As one does in the summer.
yeah, exactly, and it was
Yeah.
really nice. And then I had some other people come over and help felt too, and some people like learned how to felt for like the first time. And like felting isn't like really that difficult. It's just takes a lot of time.
Mm.
And it's very forgiving too, because you can always just add more felt
Right,
or
right.
cut away.
Right. Wow.
Based on the size too. So one of the shots, you go from floor one to floor two,
Yeah,
and I couldn't tell if it was stitched in post or if it was a two-floor set.
it was a 2 floor set. Yeah,
Okay, because I'm
yeah,
like, that's an amazing stitch. If that was like,
no, no.
okay,
I'm not very good at post work. I have a friend who is also like an animation collaborator of mine, Aiden Stadler, who will help me do like anything in After Effects. Because I can do like keying and keyframe sort of stuff like in Adobe Premiere, but that is pretty much as far as I go. Like anything that is like really intense, I need help for. But that Seamus, who was the DP for this project, we made this dolly, this stop motion dolly that it's like a threaded rod that has like a
hmm.
crank. So you just like crank it and moves a little crank and move. And so it was on a table moving down below. And then this was like 2 a.m. in the morning or something, but I was able to transfer it from this dolly to like my tripod that has like a really smooth raise. And so there's a full like rig move there. It's not a stitch, it's like a rig move. And then I went up and cranked up the floor. That was like the big thing I wanted to do. I was like, if I'm gonna build a house, like
Yeah.
there needs to be a shot that shows the entirety of the house. I wanted to do it like all in one take where you see, and it didn't end up being like that, but for the most part you see like the full set. And I do a lot of production design and like prop fabrication too in addition to music videos. That was the big highlight for me, was to be able to one, build the set, and then also like actually be able to get that shot, because often I get like so ambitious, and then like people were like, you got to cut the shot, you got to cut the shot, like this is like absurd. There was tons of help putting it all together, but as far as animating that shot, I did that one like by myself, like maybe like 1 or 2 nights, just staying up really late at night, like in my living room, because we were gonna bring it to a studio, but like literally everything was everywhere, like for like fabrication, because we always do all the fabrication in my like home studio, and then usually bring it to like a more professional studio to shoot in. But because this one had so many props and so many moving pieces, we just shot it in my living room, because I couldn't afford to uh, like be in a studio for 7 days or something. That set was so massive. I mean, it took up the entire like dining room table. Like it
Oh
was
my.
so big. Seamus Lubini, like the DP I usually collaborate with, because he has to light it. And so when he lights it, like you got to think like it's not only
So
taking up the size of the set, but
yeah.
like to light it properly and it to look so good. And the lighting in There's a Party, Let's Go is so amazing. I mean, that video would look like crap without his lighting, because he did the animated lighting
Right, the lighting
situation.
never change. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and that would happen like every 4 frames or something.
yeah.
So
Okay.
he like hooked up all these lights, these like aperture, what's it called, MC lights. They're like this big, and like we like hooked them up in the ceiling of the set,
Uh-huh.
and then like to the side or something. And
Yeah.
so whenever we were animating, we'd have to change the lights like every 4 frames. We'd be like, okay, take a picture, move it, move the dolly, take a picture, move it, move the dolly, move the light.
Did they flicker? And if they did it matter because of the style of the shot or
They
no?
did not flicker, but I had like a lot of these
Oh, practical.
miniature lamps and stuff. Those would
Okay.
flicker, but that would look cool, because that
Uh-huh.
would just look like natural um,
Okay.
Yeah.
in the background. I think a lot of people just assume that I do it all on my own, and I have before, but it's a lot more fun to do it with the team, and it also just looks better when you do it with the team. And get ready for a Yeti house party.